though, that if you can't pass the Sabbath test, you are in violation of the Sabbath. It's very simple. If I walk into your home on the Sabbath, can I tell? Or does it look like every other day? Holy means separate in Hebrew, and we're supposed to keep the Sabbath day holy. And if the Sabbath is not different than the other 6 days, then you are violating the Sabbath.
My dad was born in 1927. He said when he was a boy in Nebraska, on the Lord's Day, on the first day of the week, the stores would, like the pharmacies would rotate which pharmacy stayed open.
Yep.
And the grocery stores the town would shut down. Hardware store would be closed. Clothing store would be closed. The necessity stores, pharmacy, grocery store, that sort of thing, they would rotate who stayed open. And that was just part of the culture. When I was in the Navy in the 1970s, I was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia, and there was a referendum in Virginia in the 70s trying to get rid of the Sabbath laws. The
blue laws.
The blue laws, and which were still on the books and still enforced in the 1970s. And we've gone from, Jesus said that man was not made for the Sabbath, but the Sabbath was made for man. And we have bought into this frenetic 24/7 pace where you need amphetamines to keep going after a while.
Yeah, and so a couple, again, I could literally talk for an hour on the Sabbath. It's a passionate topic of mine, or the Shabbat if you prefer. Look, the Hebrew word for work is malaka, which is a very specific word. You are only supposed to do that for 6 days. The only difference between Deuteronomy and Exodus, where they repeat the 10 Commandments, is the Sabbath. When Moses repeats the 10 Commandments in the book of Deuteronomy, he says, of course, for 6 days you shall work, for the seventh day you shall rest. And then he says, for you are no longer slaves in Egypt. Only slaves work 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of rich slaves.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are slaves to their work or slaves to their stuff. In fact, the Romans used to make fun of the Jews. They're like, why would they take a day off? Why would they rest? Like, who are these people? Well, they're still around, and the Romans are not, right? Pretty good preservation tool. But look, I will just also say, in a modern culture, truly honoring the Sabbath, how I honor it, I turn off my phone completely for 36 hours. I do the traditional Jewish Sabbath. It's my own liking, whatever, from Friday night to Sunday morning. And I could tell you it's really hard. And you have to almost fight your flesh to do it, to not want to return an email, to not want to return a text message. And because in some ways, you're worshiping with your time.
This is why Charlie Kirk's rhetoric gets so muddled. While the Sabbath is a wonderful thing, great thing to do, I'm not even knocking it. The real issue is the tone behind it. And the tone that I'm hearing is that, look at me, I'm great. I turn my phone off for 36 hours and I don't look at emails and I don't do this. So everyone is given a standard by which they should be Christians. If Charlie Kirk is saying that he's still a Christian at this particular time, there is a standard by which he is putting out his own version of Christianity. And everyone, instead of looking at Christ, everyone starts looking at Charlie Kirk. And legalism actually sends the wrong message to the world. And the message that we're sending out to the world when we get into legalism and when we get into this form of Christianity, national Christianity, is that, it's all about rules, and it's all about rules over relationship with Jesus Christ. The truth is that Charlie is not the savior of the world. Jesus Christ is the savior of the world. And this is absolutely the opposite of Christianity. The Christ I know accepts us where we are, and he works from the inside out, not from the outside in, not from rule-based kind of teaching, but he works within our hearts, and he changes our lives in various ways. So anyway, you let me know what you think. Maybe you think I'm being too hard on Charlie, but I'm hearing Charlie say, look at me, rather than look at Christ. And